I consume the logic what they say. What fate has in store will come back to you. And eventually progress on building a premise that there you find no difference between devotion and work. Conceive the logic in your thoughts and there you find that the work cannot secure its place in absence of devotion, and the devotion isn't easily achieved unless blended with the work. All that I say, don't make blends of the two words, rather decide. Either you devotedly do your work or you turn devotion as your work, and there is no third alternate. Well, how this logic builds the connection to the caption can be answered in two questions. Question 1. How many leads you received on your social media posts and what percentage of those eventually increased your final throughput? And the question 2. What extent you could identify the bottlenecks and non-bottlenecks which affected your current throughput? Scroll down only if the questions are making any sense to you. The social media is the one that drives us to be connected with our acclaimed followers, to acknowledge the presence of those who would once mean the world for us, to up-to-date ourselves with affairs that move today's volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world on its toes. Precisely, the social media is the one that truly drives us to be there for things that matter the most in our life. We browse and find the latest advancements on fingertips. However, it's also true that all that reach us either as news or surprises. From home to office, shopping to consumption, planning to execution, in every space, being online is playing a pivotal role in making our lives easier, which would have been inconceivable generations before. But it has its facts too that ride on most of us. The world owes absolutely nothing to you. So don't surprise if your best of posts go unanswered or even unnoticed. But yes, there you find a chance to figure out what exactly works as bottleneck in your communication. There are different parameters where your message is being judged upon. The critical ones are your brand image, as in what are you being seen as. Next, the authenticity, as in where are you being expected. Next, the positioning, as in what are you being found and talked about the most. And finally, the credibility, as in how are you being conceived in others' thoughts. Believe me, it is all about a process which is defined as put your efforts systematically into actions to bring about an improvement. And you are characterized by your actions, not thoughts on social media. Besides, no one here will come and save you from your own created mess. You don't require artificial intelligence to predict actions from data. Instead, your human intelligence is good enough to sail your boat. In this vlog next, you find 5 thoughts. Honestly, there are more, but I have concluded into 5 to bring your best get going. Your logo helps prospects to conceive your strengths in their thoughts. A logo is the outward expression of your brand and the symbolic embodiment of all information connected with your product or service. Your brand's identity this way is its fundamental means of recognition. Many a times a logo, a brand name and a visual appearance is mistakenly perceived by prospects. However, they do not cease consuming the services, but a sense of belonging to a brand does not reach the optimal level in such cases. Think about, and there you find many examples surrounding you. You may find this vlog on YouTube helpful. Find out more interesting details about logo designs clicking on the suggested link above. Storytelling brings you luck of being heard in the industry. Your success as a marketer is directly linked to the ability of your brand to convert more advocates, who could easily collaborate with others to take their delight to higher level. Reminiscing from the traditional communication tactics brings back the dread and uncertainty of making correct approach to genuine prospects. Because you don't pick them, but they pick your service. So this approach can earn you an even chance of being heard by the industry players. How you construct your story depends upon what and where you put your best and now highlight to the universe. You may find this vlog on YouTube helpful. Find out in this vlog a suitable format of storytelling by clicking on the suggested link showing above. Captive content makes you walk through your reader's mind. Even an editorial page of a daily newspaper grabs the lowest readership, because it finds the least interest of them who are not opinion pursuers but general news freaks. It is the image of the media vehicle, as in the newspaper, which, on its own, attracts the genuine followers to the respective pages, be it the supplement pages or the editorial page. The prima facie is an auspicious content should embark upon the right vehicle to reach genuine pursuers, which is no doubt but content marketing. But before it propels to discuss the steps that help us walk through the reader's mind, that is content strategy or content planning. Find out the steps involved in creating a content that makes you walk through your reader's mind in this vlog on YouTube. Blog builds your chance of being spoken about in your field. Blog is indeed an innovative medium of developing your brand's salience. More so when advent of technologies has conferred your competition with more access to information and more channels to find opportunities. Blogging is pure human intelligence, which is usually described as the ability to perceive information and to retain the same as knowledge, to be applied towards adaptive behaviors within an environment or context. Therefore, to understand, to build logic, to plan and to surrender to emotions, a part of critical thinking and problem solving are involved in the process of writing a blog. It is because all these come from the internal vital force, and so does the thoughts of a blog. Besides, when you engage a blogger who has experience in scaling content portfolio and can work upon different forms of research or opinion pieces, can create contents with the objective of making your brand a thought leader in this space. This is not the end, as a blogger also understands that every stage in content development needs to have a definite purpose, especially when the task involves communicating to the right audience at the right time in the most effective manner. Communion in business feeds you to survive in the marketplace. Still today, we walk upon the similar footprint which we have copied from history. Still today, the society consists of kind of people who establish their supremacy and therefore place themselves over others, and in doing so, they manifest their selfishness and their greed for power. They think the secret of their power is their being self-sufficient, self-motivated and self-generated. And their being arrogant is sponsored or supported by those who easily accept their authority and dedicate own talent in following them or attaining their illegitimate will. You can find such idols even at home, your neighborhood, your community, the business fraternity, and of course your workplace. Many a times they come to you as marketing counterpart or sales dignitary or creative head, and so on so forth. An organization is made of different people who come from diverse backgrounds and have very different ethnic and religious characteristics, who join different departments, and within department they form homogeneous group in accordance of their characteristics. They are known as employees or representatives of a business entity later, when they step out of the office premise, but within they belong to respective departments such as marketing, sales, finance, creative, admin, legal or human resource, etc. Why doesn't an organization cultivate a style of relationship forming a communion, which fosters a culture of giving recommendation of someone or advocating someone's work, which promises every stakeholder something which has a value, a chance to discover how important he is in the business of others, as well as looks for opportunities to reinforce these values. After all, as a service provider, externally, you try to build a similar impression upon your clients how important your services are in the betterment of their businesses, so why not you start from within the organization? Winning in the marketplace comes as a vision from the top all the way down to the bottom, and then each department achieves the goal, which is to increase the throughput, billings or bottom line or clients on board, whatever you count it. The implication of communion is not limited to within the organization only, but it has a greater role to play when this thought is employed in doing business externally. The communion in business signifies a group of business owner or service marketers who perhaps are not the best engineers, best technicians, eminent advertisers or top sponsors, but they are the champions of unity. The meaning of communion lies in doing business while spreading a style of relationship and increasing emphasis on advocacy. It, one side of it, fosters your chance of being considered reliable, and on the other side, innovates an option providing you the edge that your business deserves. Communion promises every stakeholder a chance to discover how important he is in the business of others. The future of communion is yet unforeseen, but it is predictable, because time will come when businesses will grow within a network, formed by visionary business owners, who prefer advocating services of others as well within the group.